Hey folks, Ted here today with Exped. Every now and then, we're pretty proud of our gear that we design, and every now and then we come up with something that we've been dreaming about forever and ever and ever, and this is one of those things. This is the Exped Outer Space. The Outer Space is designed for those folks who bought their smallest, lightest weight tent they could possibly find, and is great for all the backpacking, weight counting, ounce and gram counting kind of folks. But then you get out there and you go, ooh, if only I had a little bit more room. The Outer Space is designed to give those kinds of lightweight, small tents the kind of space you want when you go luxury camping. You don't need to buy a new tent. You just go ahead and add the Outer Space to it. The Outer Space fits on the Mira series, the Gemini series, and the Venus series, and probably a whole host of other tents. Let me get a little closer to this thing. It's very cool, and you'll see the space and you'll understand why we kind of geek out on it. The Outer Space right here is set up in its open awning front porch configuration. Kai always wants me to pull out the banjo when I sit in it like this. And the beauty of this is I've got a huge arc pole over the top. It's the bow, and this red strap is the bowstring, and that basically keeps its arc all set to go. And right now it's set up in really nice fair conditions, a sunshade, whatever you want to do. But you can see when I'm sitting in this thing, it's plentiful. I got lots of sunshade in this particular scenario. But the other reason we take it along is for weather protection when it gets really stormy, and I'm going to sleep in my tent. In this case it happens to be the Gemini 2, but keep my sleeping bag and stuff like that inside of the tent. And here's where I might do my cooking. I might just be hanging out, send the kids out to play in the grass, whatever you want to do. You can also get the footprint accessory that goes with it. But I'm going to show you what we do when it gets a little stormier or we want a little more protection or privacy in something like this. We take and we roll down the front, and we put stakes down right out in front, just like so. And that gives me front protection. I now have two doors, one on either side. Obviously, it's still big enough that I can actually just kind of duck into here. I could pull a jacket off and on if it's raining. I can get in and out without any big problems. It's not obviously stand-up position, but lots of space on the interior. Little breeze coming from one side, so I'm going to go ahead and undo the door on this side and zip it on in tight. So now I've got a wind shade, and again, plenty of room. Kai's going to end up having to get in closer just to see what we're doing here. But when you get into this space, you can see loads and loads of coverage. All my backpacks go in here, boots go in here. It's pretty comfortable on the inside. And then when it gets really nasty, and I got to button it down, don't worry, I'll come back out in just a minute. And this zips all the way down to the side. Now obviously, in a four-season situation, I may just want to peel the zippers. It's built so you've got lots of options for ventilating and opening it up. You don't need to necessarily open up the whole door. You've got the eyelid closure on the outside. I'm going to open this all back up again. The key thing when setting up a vestibule like this is that you need to have versatility. So it needs to be able to fit a whole bunch of different shapes. In this case, I'm going to show you how it sets up and what the system is. I'm going to flip back the fly on the tent. Why don't we come over here? It's easy to do on this tent. This is the way it manages. If I pull this back, oops, I just undid part of it. You can see there's several different attachment points. There's this center point right here that holds the bib up. You're going to go ahead and attach that to the center point of whatever tent you've got. Then you've got several clips. The clips can go ahead and hook up onto any individual pole configuration, and it's designed to be adjustable, so I can tension this wherever I need to just by simply locking that back and forth. Again, when the door comes over the outside of it, it locks down and it puts pressure on here, so it creates a gutter. So you get a nice weather-tight seal. You got adjustment points down here. Depending upon your tent architecture, you may actually choose to extend this all the way out to the back side. It just depends upon your individual tent architecture. And then last but not least, I managed to kick this out earlier. This comes down here on this far corner, and that just basically seals the side of the outer space. And yeah, obviously here locks down just like so with a stake, and then you got a tension line on the side. really slick. It is a cool way to take your ultralight tent and extend it into a luxury camp situation. We love it. Hope you enjoy it too.